Hello and welcome, my name is Charlotte and I am the High Heel Stitcher here on FlossTube and on Instagram. Today is day 14 of Flossmas. Take 2. I've sat here, I've opened my advent calendars and realised that when I was setting up the camera I'd accidentally hit record, and when I went to record I pressed stop, which was brilliant. So I didn't record any of me opening day 14 of the Advents. So let's do that again, shall we? So day 14 of Flossmas. So let's start with the fabric one. So these have been opened. So raspberry. Yesterday we had the elf thread, so now we have the elf fabric, and this is 14 count Ada and it is sparkly. Absolutely love that. You see the sparkle? So that was the fabric and threads. The assortment is a fabric. It's raspberry. And it is a 28 count even weave in the colourway Elf. And it is sparkly as well, but just look at this, such beautiful colour. So that's the 14 count Ada, and then that is the 28 count even weave. Let's see if we can so the Ada has dyed a lot darker than even weave. Just love that. And they're both sparkly. Oh, I do love a green fabric. So, yes, day 14 of the KOT charting advent calendars. I will open or show you the snag vent that I've just opened. So it was day 7 of my snag vent, which is tights. When looking for number 7, I found in the bag these, which are some vegan fruit flavour gummy bears. So I'm looking forward to them, and I love the fact they're vegan, so I can eat them. I don't have to give them to Dara. So day 7 were these beautiful green tights. They do have like a leaf pattern. You can just about see it. It's a beautiful dark green colour. There you go. They have like a leaf pattern on them. Very happy with them. I think the Christmas ones have now finished, so we're just getting some random tights, which I'm really happy with. So those are all my advent calendar, the ones that I show on here. I have opened a couple more days of my coffee advent calendar. I opened day 3 and day 4. Day 3 was the super intense dark roast, which was absolutely vile. It's horrible. I made it, took one mouthful, and threw it down the sink. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not happy with that. That was horrible, even with the vanilla syrup and some sweetener. It was just no, absolutely not. So that went straight down the sink. So I opened day 4, which was the hazelnut, and that was quite nice. I have opened number 5 and 6, and I think I opened day 6 was the vanilla, and day 5 was, I think, the normal roast. I've not had those ones yet, but I did open them just to see what they were. So, what I did yesterday, if you watched my video from yesterday, for some reason it didn't upload, so I had to re-upload it today. I put in some clips at the end where I did a bit of really crap baking from a box, or some school cake, which turned out okay. The icing went a little bit too watery, which is my own fault, but it tastes nice. And then in the evening I did some stitching, and I finished my jigsaw dolphin. So this is a chart by KLT Charting. It's using the called for DMCs, and this is an 18 count Pompey Tides fabric, also by Kim at KLT Charting. Love how that has turned out. This was my make stitch, so whenever we went to make, I took this one. So I'm going to have to try and figure out what my next make stitch is going to be. Really happy with that. I don't know how I'm going to finish it, but I think it may be a gift. I may gift it. Haven't fully decided yet. So that is another Whip Go challenge done. Another 2 Whip Go challenges done. I needed to get to 2,500 on the Jigsaw Dolphin and finish Jigsaw Dolphin, so I've done both of them. And then this morning I pulled out Anubis again by Quartonian Creations. I needed to, I think it was 1,000 stitches on this one to get my Whip Go challenge done. I'd done maybe, yeah, I think I'd done like 750. So I just needed to do 250 to get this one done, and I've done that this morning. So I have, this is where he is now. So when I pulled him out at the beginning of December, I just had this and a little bit of the dark blue here. So I've finished all the lighter blue, all of this yellow and brown, his arm, and I've started on his head. Maybe that wasn't 1,000 stitches. I don't know. But you can see here, I have dropped something, or I don't know, I pulled it out today and there's just this mark on his leg, and where this is hand dyed, I'm not going to be able to wash it. So I will get a little damp cloth and see if I can try and get that mark off. If not, I'm going to have to frog it and restitch it. I've got enough of the DMC, but I'm just like, I pulled it out and I was like, what the hell is that? I don't have a clue. Honestly, don't have a clue what that is. And I made it worse trying to get it out, so I think I will end up just pulling out those stitches and restitching it with a fresh DMC. So this is on an 18 count Ada by Coyote Charting called A Merlot Moment. It was a limited edition back, I think, in 2019. And it's big enough that there's going to be 4 of these Egyptian gods on there. So that is another Whip Go challenge completed. There we go. I still really want to stitch on a Christmas themed project, but I also really want to do the Whip Go challenges just so I can stay to it. So I think, because I want to do full coverage, I am going to stick with the Egyptian theme, stick with the full coverage, because that's what I'm thinking of, that's what I'm wanting to stitch on. And I'm going to stitch on Osiris, which is charted by Pain-Free Craft, artwork by Laurie Prindle. This is stitched on a 28 count even weave, and I am doing it 2/1 tent. And that is literally as far as I've got. That first little column down there. So the plan is, I think this is 500 tent. So to get my Whip Go challenge, I need to do 2,000. So 2,000 tent stitches to get that done. And then we will see how we feel and what we want to stitch on. So, yes. I'm really enjoying watching everybody else's Flossmas videos. I am still a little bit behind. I think I'm on day 9 or 10. So I am a little bit behind on those. Plan is to try and get caught up today and tomorrow. One video that I really I'm going to watch as soon as this video is done is Kim at Coyote Charting has done a Flossmas. She hasn't done one in years. She does her monthly live video showing her limited edition fabric for that month, but this is an actual floss tube showing her projects, so please go and check her out. I'm really excited to see what she has stitching, although yeah, we get updates, but it's really good to see her back on floss tube. So I'm also really enjoying watching Mad Morty's Flossmas, Sarah Stitchy Bug, Jen's Stitching Corner, Crafty Emily, Laura Butterfly Stitches, Cotton and Clay UK, Jen Wolf Down the Rabbit Hole. Those are the ones that I am religiously watching and that, but I would love to know, I know I'm behind, but I do want to catch up. I would love to know who you are watching, so I can go and give them a watch. So yes, I am not a baker. I do not bake very often. If I do, it's from box kits, but I am going to try to make some gingerbread men this afternoon. It will probably go absolutely horribly wrong and they will turn out atrocious, but we shall give it a go. Right. I would like to know, if you've watched this far, thank you very much. I would like to know what project you have stitched this year that has been your absolute favourite. For me, I think my favourite has to be Poltergeist Pirates. I know I've not done a huge amount on that, but I absolutely loved stitching on that at the cottage. And the fabric is just beautiful. So yes, I would absolutely love to know what your favourite project that you've stitched this year is. Right, that is day 14 of Flossmas. I will hopefully come back tomorrow with day 15 and maybe even throw in some video of my atrocious attempt of gingerbread men. So, right, thank you for watching and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. So this is the gingerbread dough that I made. I found the recipe online, I think it was from the BBC. I didn't read the recipe before I started and it kept saying food processor, which I do not have. So let's see how these turn out. Here they are before they go in the oven. Here they are just out the oven. I should have spaced them out a bit more, but they do smell amazing. So we'll let them cool and then we shall give them a try. Here they are, all decorated. Yes, it does look like a 3-year-old did it, but it is what it is. I couldn't find any jelly tots, so I chopped up some fruit pastels. They taste okay. That's the main thing.